can talk about your career, your plans, a goal, everything all day, every day, okay? I think some people find it so annoying, but I love it. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I cannot even believe the title. I cannot even believe that this is really what I'm about to talk to y'all about. Like, I was featured in Business Insider? What? Today we are gonna talk about 3 things. First is going to be all the how questions that I've been getting. Everybody, since they saw that article, was like, wait, what? How did she get featured here? How is she making this amount of money? How is she? 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 So she is about to tell you how she did it all. So we're gonna talk about how I got featured in Business Insider. We're gonna talk about how I was able to make 6 figures by the age of 25. But the most important part, we're gonna talk about how you can do it too and how you can create a career plan today. Also, quick disclaimer, because I know there's gonna be somebody in the comments that's hating. I'm not doing this to brag. Anybody that knows me knows that I keep things to myself. I honestly almost didn't even post that I was featured in Business Insider, but my cousin was like, if you don't post it, I'm gonna post it. Like, what you mean? This whole video is literally to just bring awareness that if I can do it, you can do it too, and for motivational purposes only. So do not be a hater and do not be disgusting, because you will be blocked. Thank you. So if you're ready for the story time and you're also ready to learn my tips, make sure you comment down below, I'm ready. So how the heck did I get featured in Business Insider? I'm still trying to figure out. The only thing I can say is God himself. When I tell y'all that I am God's favorite, I mean it. He loves me so very much and I love him very much. Like, he's the GOAT. So this was probably like September 28th right now, so like a month or 2 ago. I'll post a little screenshot here so you guys can see. Lauren messaged me, that's the Business Insider editor. She went to my Instagram, DM'd me, it was like, hey, I saw your TikTok, I would love to have a conversation with you. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if somebody from Business Insider DMs me and says that they want to talk to me, I'm like, you're capping. Like, you're not real, and I'm not about to get scammed. So I went on Google and I typed in her name, and she popped up. I was like, oh, you real? Okay. So I hop on a call with her, and she asked me a couple of questions. I told her my career journey, I told her my career story, and she was like, okay, I'm gonna go speak to my editor, and I'll let you know, the next steps. I am a very pessimistic person when it comes to myself. Like, I will tell you guys go be great. I will tell you guys all this motivation and uplifting things. But when it comes to me or something I'm trying to achieve, it's like, is it gonna happen? Probably not. Let me not get my hopes up. So I didn't really tell too much people. I honestly told my cousin, my mom, like, that was it. So a couple months passed by and she just emails me like, oh, I have a couple other questions. Do you mind filling it out? Filled out the questions. And 24 hours later, y'all, my article was published. Like, I'm looking at Business Insider and I'm seeing myself. What? Like, it was so crazy, guys. And I just want you to understand, like, my biggest takeaway from that happening, when you start taking the steps that God places in front of you to get to that success, other things are gonna start coming in. Yes, the Lord blessed me with this, but he wouldn't have been able to bless me with a story if I wasn't taking those actions. Make sure that you're being consistent, because you never know who's watching. If I wasn't consistent on TikTok, if I wasn't constantly putting out content, nobody would know I exist and Lauren would have never messaged me. So now to the part that y'all really want to know about is, how do I make 6 figures at the age of 25? I'm actually 26 now. She's grown, but I truly believe like God was just waiting at the door for me. Like, literally, he was just waiting, like, you ready? All the things that's happening this year, I feel like was supposed to happen to me last year, but I was so distracted. Like, literally, all I cared about was my boyfriend. All I cared about was looking cute. Literally, that was my focus, and I'm being real with y'all right now. I had to shift my focus. I had to understand that my time is now, and I'm never gonna get this time back. You're gonna hear at the end of the video, I talk about really understanding and knowing your why, because you're gonna get distracted, and when you have your why in the back of your mind, it's so much easier to stay focused. Like, my why is I have to retire my dad. He has always worked my whole life. My mom is a stay-at-home mom because he literally gets to the bag. So I feel like it's my turn to let him rest. Like, he has honestly been my biggest cheerleader. He is why I'm so ambitious. He is why I'm so fearless. So I have to give it back to him. And a lot of people won't understand that. A lot of people will feel like, yo, you're doing a lot. Like, you don't got to do that. But I do. I really do. So when you know your why, it's so much easier to stay focused. Like, I shifted my focus from all the foolishness I mentioned earlier to myself and to bettering my relationship with God. Because I'm not going to hold you. He gave me this whole blueprint. He showed me exactly what I needed to do, and I did it. The easiest way to make more money is to leave your job. If you do not like your job, you need to leave that job. Stop stressing yourself out, your mental health, your family, your friends, with a job that you do not like. I am not telling you to just quit your job tomorrow. Any job I've quit, I had another one lined up. What I'm telling you is you need to start creating an exit plan. I have a free workbook, so there really is no reason why you cannot create an exit plan. So I went from making 21 to 45 by finding a new job. I was doing the exact same thing, but I was able to find somebody who was willing to pay me more. Then I was ready to start making more money. And honestly, this is why it's so important to just research things, because I was looking for like other assistant positions, and I just bucked on executive assistant position in the city. When I realized how much money executive assistants get paid, I was like, oh baby, we only apply to executive assistant positions, okay? So that little one keyword switch is what allowed me to start making more money. And I also want to emphasize that it's negotiation. Do you think that I just randomly got paid $91,000? That's an odd number. You have to negotiate your worth. You have to be willing to go and fight for yourself. So that's where I get $91,000 from. Your career is your career. Don't let society, friends, or family make you feel like you have to do things a certain way. I still have my 9 to 5, although I could, go out there and start my whole freelance business and, start making more and more money. I have an amazing boss. She's such an inspirational go-getter. She started and became a CEO at 25. I love learning from her. I love the organization that I work for. I love their mission. So for me, I'm not gonna leave it because I work from home. They're super kind. It's just a great atmosphere. So I love my job and I'm not leaving it until that time comes. The second form of income that I have is with my virtual assistant freelance business. Now, I was on TikTok and I honestly never thought of starting a virtual assistant freelance business. When it popped up, I honestly sat there like, I can do this. I can do this. I already do this in my 9 to 5. I can do this on the side as well. Let me tell you how funny God is. He knows my heart is really not in assisting people. It worked to get me where I am today. My love language is helping people, but I've always wanted to be a teacher, but teaching just didn't line up with my overall end goals and I had to put it to bed. But that's how funny God is. He will allow things that you always wanted to do when you were a child to come back and play. So he knows that my heart and my love is to really be a teacher and really put out information and bring awareness to certain things. Would you believe I secured my client within 7 days? Within 7 days. I also know how to network and connect on social media because I've been able to create a following on TikTok and create that community. So he was like, I've given you everything you need, go. Which brings me to my third source of income is by doing career coaching. I love it. This is my new high of literally being able to pour back into people. And majority of my community is Black women. So to be able to just pour life into these women and show them that I did it, you can do it too, has been so rewarding. I love it so much. So overall, the steps that I took to get to 6 figures at the age of 25, first, write out my goals. If you do not know what your end goal is, there's no way that you can backwards plan. The second thing that I did was pray for guidance and prioritize my relationship with God. When I put him in the front, the driver's seat of this life, things hit different. I truly believe that your goals are a reflection of how much faith you have in God. I shoot for the stars because I know he's gonna make it come through. You shoot really little because what? You don't believe in him? You don't think he's gonna come through for you? You don't feel like he's the person that placed those goals on your heart? Of course he would come through, but what he needs you to do is take the steps. Which brings me to number 3. I am very much a planner. That's why I'm really good at creating career strategy plans and helping people with that part of their life. But the problem is I plan too much to the point where I don't actually do anything. All I do is plan and plan and plan and plan. So all of 2020, all I did was plan. And I told myself that 2021, I'm no longer gonna just plan, but I'm gonna execute. So the quote that my coworker told me was spend 1/3 time planning, 2/3 time executing. And that changed everything. Literally, there's no better teacher than experience. If you want to get better at something, you have to try it, you have to fail, you have to learn from it and keep going. So when I decided to just shift my focus to really executing and making mistakes and failing, things changed. I learned so much quicker than I would have ever learned trying to read a textbook or trying to write out a plan or doing all the things that I used to do. So now let's talk about how you can make six figures. And honestly, maybe you don't want to make six figures. Maybe you just want to be able to find more time in your schedule. I'm going to show you exactly how you can achieve your career goal. You don't care that I did it, you want to know how can you do it. So the first thing I need you to do is figure out, what do you want to do? Okay, what is something that comes natural to you? What is something that your friends will come to you to do because they know if you do it, it's gonna get done? What is something that you like to do? Those little gems are your clues to figure out what you should be doing. I truly believe that when you mix your skills with your passion and your interest, that's when you're gonna figure out what you actually wanna do, like what excites you. A lot of people my age or a lot of people around me feel like retail and fast food is kind of like the end all be all. It's not. There's so much other opportunities out there. For the men, you guys think that all you could do is be a warehouse or a security officer. If that's something that you want to do, great, but that's not your only option. Honestly, I'm about to spitball right now and give an option for the men. So 90% of my audience is women, so if you have a man in your life who needs to get his career together and try to figure out what's that next step, y'all need to share this video with him. So a lot of men want to get into construction, right? But if you live in New York City, you know how hard it is to get into the union. You can't just walk up into people them stuff and try to give an application. That's not really how it works. You gotta know somebody, okay? And I know this as well because my dad is an electrician. It's a story time for another day, but I literally was a whole construction apprentice for like 2 summers. But basically, what you wanna think about is, what is another angle? What is another way that you can get into construction? You can either offer virtual assistant services as an admin or project management services or operational services. Try to figure out how you can get into that construction company a different way. Once you're in and you really serve and you really help that person with their business, they would love to connect you. They would love to put you in position to win. I've probably served about like 5 or 6 executives, and one thing I can tell you is that when you are willing to help them and serve them and assist them, they will in return serve, assist, and help you with anything. So I really recommend that you guys put yourself in a place where you can learn from somebody, get paid for it, love what you're doing, and then level up. Stop feeling like you just gotta start off as the head honcho CEO. Why? Come on now. Go help somebody, go serve somebody, and in return, they will serve you. Stop thinking that it's this like microwave success. So the second thing you wanna figure out is your why. Why do you want this career? As I mentioned earlier, your why is your foundation. You're gonna get distracted in life, and you're gonna need that why to reel you in and center you and focus you on the prize at hand. So why do you want to get into construction? Is it because of the pay? Is it because of the benefits? Do you just like to get your hands dirty? What about being in construction excites you? It's very important that you figure out what kind of life do you want to live. Your career is what's going to literally determine majority of the things going on in your life. You spend most of your time at work. Your career is what funds your life. Your career controls sometimes even your mental health, your physical health. It's very important that you choose a career that aligns with your overall goals. It's also very important that you figure out your why, because it's gonna help guide you throughout the whole process. Like, you're gonna be presented with 2 different options, and you'll know to choose this option because it's going to bring you closer to that end goal. It's really up to you to figure out where you are now, okay? Where are you now, and what is really important to you? That's why I'm honestly gonna wrap up here, because I don't want you guys to skip over this part. I think a lot of times we spend so much time on like, oh, the branding, oh, the resume, oh, the this. That will come, but I really want you guys to figure out your what and your why. This will be the foundation for you to have a successful career throughout your whole journey. So do not skip this piece, guys. It's super important. So many times it's like we'll have an idea or we'll want to do something and we just start doing it. And there's no thought, there's no plan, there's no nothing. Like, that don't make sense. I love the strategy, I love the planning, I love that part of it. I have a bunch of resources depending on where you are in your life. If you're somebody that wants to start that virtual assistant business, you have a solid 9 to 5, or you're just tired of your 9 to 5, I have a full-on blueprint that's gonna teach you how to be a virtual assistant within 30 days. You honestly could do it quicker. I was able to do it in 7, but 30 is like the cap. Like if you're putting in the work, you can do it way quicker than that. If you're somebody that's like entrepreneurship, I don't think it's for me, baby. That's okay as well. I love a good side hustle, but I understand. So I'm gonna teach you how to get that new job so you can quit that old job. Go check out my resources, guys. There's no excuse. It's Q4. We gotta get to the bag, okay? If your 2021 has been real shaky, it's time to really shake it up and level up in your career. Please, guys, if you have any questions, please comment down below. I'm so excited to help you guys. If this video was anywhere helpful, make sure you share this with somebody, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Most of my content is on TikTok, and I'm gonna go where the majority is. So if you want more YouTube videos, guys, please subscribe to my channel so I can understand that this is helpful to you. And can y'all go show me some love on Instagram? It's like, can we get this to 1,000? It's looking bad, okay?